Alright, welcome back to The Real Ish. I'm gonna try to make this video really quick as I can. As quick as I can. Alright, so I just got back from going to see Scream 7. Yes, I said I was gonna go see it and I was going to do a video immediately after since it's fresh in my mind and give my opinion. And let me just be honest right out the gate. Like, out the gate from the jump, I hated it. I did not like it. I don't want to see it again. I don't like it. There's nothing about it I like. I don't want this to go on and on and on. Immediately, it's a no. No. I started off trying to have an open mind for this movie, but I already knew coming in that I wasn't gonna like it, but I tried to have an open mind anyway, and I am highly, highly, highly disappointed. I don't know if disappointed is the right word because I didn't have high expectations anyway. Yeah, the only thing that I say that I like from this movie is the beginning. They're at Stu Macher's house and the couple goes there. I guess it's like a Airbnb. I thought it was like a something else, but I guess you could stay there. Why would you want to stay in a house where people were murdered for real? I don't know, but that's the only thing I liked. It kind of had a little bit of jump scares in the beginning, but you know, it was really obvious what was going to happen in the house with the ghost face, the robotic one being switched out with the real one, like, and the killer killed both the people in the beginning. This movie is really just about Sydney and her daughter. I guess some conflict between her and her daughter not really knowing everything that happened with Sydney, although she's seen some of the stab movies and stuff. To me it started off a little slow. I wrote a few notes down in my phone while I was watching the movie and I got so like irritated I didn't even care to like write down a lot of stuff, but some stuff that I wanted to talk about was the beginning. It kept mentioning if Stu was alive or not. This whole movie is just mentioning over and over about Sydney being in stab and Stu this and Stu that, if Stu's alive, if Stu, you know, that's a lot of speculation that went into this. When I made a video about the speculations of this movie was whether Stu was alive or not. Alright, here's a spoiler. Stu's not alive, but before I saw the movie, someone said they didn't like the way they used Stu. They used him as not even a threat to Sydney, but to use him as a way to get to her. And it was like AI. Like, it was AI, of course. I hate AI. And they used Stu, which I don't know how can you use Stu as AI, because what he looked like as the AI was what he looks like now in real life, not how he looked when he died. So does that make sense? To me, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, so it was all about Stu this, Stu that, Stu this, you know. And another thing, they made a big fuss about, in the preview for the movie, the trailer, they made a big fuss about it being at Stu's house. And then in the beginning, the Ghostface kills the couple in the beginning and burns the house down. And then you don't see anything else about the house in the movie. So yeah, I was really confused by them burning the house down and how did the Ghostface know that that couple was coming to the house? I don't know. It seems to me like a lot of stuff was reused from the old ones. A lot of parallels between Sydney, her daughter, and her boyfriend, and like Billy. And all of the scene reused, like coming through the window into her daughter's room. Billy did that with Sydney. They had the daughter at school doing a play or something. I don't even know what it was. It reminded me of Sydney in the second one when she had that boyfriend and she was doing that stuff at the school on the stage, and yeah. And then I'm really confused about Stu. Again, let's talk about Stu. He wasn't alive, like I said, but they used not only Stu, but they used Stu, Dewey, Billy's mom, Nancy, and Roman, Sydney's half-brother. They used all of them as AI to taunt Sydney. Use everybody but Billy Loomis. Why? Because they used Billy in the sixth one as Sam's dad, so I guess they couldn't use him again because they kind of messed that whole thing up because Sam wasn't in this one. Yeah, but I don't know. They use it's awful. I'm gonna throw pictures in here if I can. The movie just came out yesterday, so I'll try to insert as much that I can if I can. This movie was such a mess. It was such a mess. I have to say this is probably the worst one by far. Like, hands down. I talk about Scream a lot, about how I hate the rest of them past the second one, but honestly, this one takes the cake. This one has to be the worst one for me. That's just my opinion. It's really dumb. And then you have The Killers. The Killers was this lady, Sam's friend. She had a son who was labeled as the weird kid, so they made it seem like he was one of the killers, but he actually wasn't. The lady, I can't even think her name. Killer in Scream 7, the Ghostface Killers, is revealed to be a trio. Yeah, not one, not two, but three. Jessica was a next door neighbor of Sydney's, and she was like obsessed with her. A man that they met for 0 seconds at the mental health facility who tried to make it seem like Stu was still alive. That's a whole nother thing. His name was Marco. I didn't even know he had a name. And Carl Gibbs, a patient at the mental health facility. Jessica, the neighbor, acts as a mastermind seeking to force Sydney's daughter Tatum into becoming the new final girl through traumatic events. This whole thing was really stupid. This is the motive for the whole thing. The primary motive for the Ghostface Killers, led by neighbor Jessica, is twisted obsessive fixation on Sydney Prescott. After being inspired by Sydney's memoir to kill her own abusive husband, Jessica felt betrayed when Sydney hid during Scream 6 and aimed to orchestrate the final girl saga. That's it. You made the killers two irrelevant people that I've never heard of, I don't care about, that I don't care to learn about. I honestly would have been better off if they said Gail was a killer. I would have been better off if they said Mindy and Chad were the killers. I honestly don't know why Mindy and Chad were even in this one. Yeah. I am not about to go on and on and on and on and on about this movie. I'm not about to do it because it's pointless. That's the whole movie right there. The movie had a couple jump scares, a couple moments with the loud music and thumps to make you kind of jump or jump inside, but not really scary. A little bit unbelievable. The killers, very unbelievable with this whole AI thing. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Did I mention it was terrible? But yeah, I'm done. I rate this movie, I don't know, I honestly would probably rate this movie a 4, maybe 3. My opinion. I hated it. Yeah, that's it. I'm no longer going on and on about this, and I just pray that they don't make a Scream 8. But they probably will, so. And guess who will be here to review it? Me, I guess. Yeah, so that's it for this. I'm done. I don't want to ever see that movie again. And very much of the letdown that I knew it was going to be. So yeah, that's my opinion. You can drop your opinions in the comments down below. Any negative sideways comments that are not in agreement with mine is going to be blocked or deleted. You don't have to agree with my opinion, but my opinion still stands. Just don't come over here talking crazy, all right? So yeah, that's what I think. Let me know what you think. Subscribe to the channel, comment. I'll see y'all later. I'm done with this Scream 7 mess. I'm done.